What is going on, party people? Welcome back again. Today we are going to be playing the Sapling, which is a cute little evolution game that's a lot of people I've seen compare it to Spore, which is honestly a very apt comparison. It's all about evolving your own planet. You get to evolve the fungus and the plants and the animals and the fish and all sorts of stuff from whatever starting pieces you want to do. Last time we did kind of a slow grind thing where we started off with very minimal things on our guys and then just kind of evolved them up over time. I think this time around we are going to do something a little bit more interesting. Hey, a Vince jump scare. We started at the scheduled time, fam. Welcome in though, Ocean POV. We are going to be playing on Sandbox. We're going to do a couple of things different to see if we can get it more optimized for stream, is all. So we're going to flatten it out to a map. We're going to randomize a bunch of this up. Ooh, that's not bad, actually, right there. Nice. Alright, we're going to lessen some of these slopes down a bit. Smooth them up. That's smooth. All right. Make these have a little pop to them. So now there's some land barriers and whatnot. We've got all sorts of climates. We got montane. Never noticed that. Montane. Montane climate, guys. Yep. All right. All right. Variable wind strength. Everything's got deep groundwater. And there's a decent amount of rockiness. Oh, this is just... Okay, interesting. A little bit more water, I think, maybe? Yeah. Create some spaces here where I think things will be able to get out of the water and on habitability. Yeah. Alright, alright. What's the size? Self. Oh, yeah, we can do... We'll keep it large, though. Keep it very large. One in 1,000 chance of these things happening. Oh, per dry thunderstorm. Less than 1 in 1,000 for that, because these are per millennium. And then we can even choose our planetary rotation speed. The more cool to me is we can choose plant colors. And this slider will allow us to set up a really nice, vibrant ocean. All sorts of variety. I try to get a red, green, and a blue at least. And then some differentiation between. Great. Because this means that if plants start developing, or if animals start developing traits and whatnot, that means that they like certain plants or go for certain plants, then you can actually camouflage a new plant by making it a color that nothing hunts, so to speak. Alright. So, we're at the start of everything. Nothing exists right now. The first thing we need to go do is make everything mutate all the time. Everything mutates all of the time. Second of all, we stop the timer. There we go. Grayscale. Great. Third of all, from scratch, we need to create a new algae. The simplest kind. So there's like 3 sweet spots for colors. Okay, interesting. So we start with the simplest possible kind. There also is a limit on how many plants and how many animals there can get on this one. Previously, we've set it to unlimited and found that it is very difficult to keep the game stable. For some unknown reason, I couldn't imagine what could be causing that. 30,000 animals. Maybe. Just maybe. But what we'll do is we'll set that up real quick. We're going to let this roll for a little while. Let the plants just populate. That's the first thing that needs before anything else can be done. Because right now, nothing's going to live in here. There's a little bit of food and just a bunch of nothing. So we got to let things expand and grow. And actually propagate a little bit. Now we're starting to get some little pools of green. Good. And eventually this will explode and grow exponentially faster. It starts slow. Never ends that way. And then once we've got just enough basics, we're probably going to give it about 500 years. Oh, we've got our first plume of different color. See? These ones have developed a different color set. They're called Beely, apparently. They got auto-named. Oh, these are also Beely. Interesting. Maybe they haven't differentiated yet? Yeah, it's just a family of... Ah. Maybe they need to differentiate more than just a color. Since algae only have color, it needs to develop a root system or leaves, something like that, and become a rooted algae in order for it to differentiate species-wise. I mean, for larger objects, that does make sense. Welcome in, Lolo. Ooh. Oh, they locked up because we were auto-saving. Of course. So, we're at half a millennium already. Oh, there we go. We got some seeding right down here. I saw it. I saw it. Here we go. And we're getting multiple different color sets out of it, too. Yep. Some real differentiation over here. All right. So then this is where we begin. This is where life will start. From scratch. You know what? I did promise monsters, so we're going to start off with kind of a monster. This is going to be our starting creature. The primary descendant from which everything will arise. Gotta be real elegant, you know? Simple. No potential habitats. Why is that? Because of the eggs? Underwater speed. Total speed, 1. Build him blindfolded? I don't know where all the menus are well enough to do that. I do not know these menus well enough to even attempt that, honestly. So we make him... What if we just made him bigger, huh? Would that make it possible for him to live there? No. So it comes down to efficiency. So then it's got to be just the fins. The fins are the problem. So what's wrong with this? I made a dinosaur. Body part speed minus drag. Okay. More fins in more places means more speed. Yeah. So the strongest current we can handle is that. So he can walk. Huh. I don't understand. Can't move on land if its head is lower than its fins. You know what? Valid. That didn't change anything about why is this okay. And boom, it can instantly live all over the place. Interesting. You know what? Maybe this would actually be unique here. Because before we put them in the water with our target, what if this time around instead we give it a primitive air breathing mouth so that it can live on land and then it has to go swim to get its food? Let's try this. Let's try this and see how it goes overall. Because there's a bunch of land right here that's also kind of water. The question is, will they figure out they need to actually go and do something before... Oh, no, they're moving. Look at them go. First steps. Are you... Really? Oh, changed route, huh? Interesting, interesting. Can I get the data on this guy? Hmm. Away you go, bud. And they no longer exist. Species is gone. Here's the deal. We're gonna let statistics take over. Oh, wait. Species isn't gone. Okay, well, you've got more now. There's more of you. Go forth. That one isn't. Yeah. Zero alive. Oh, the current is too strong. Interesting. So let us edit this then. Fork off a new species. Get rid of that primitive fin. Get a nice big lobed fin. Bring the head down. Skinnier. Tiny little tube fish. No air breathing. Basic jawless move, because then he can evolve into anything. Medium size. Here to handle water too. They said more fins makes more better. Wonder if more specialized fin makes more better. No? No. Okay, let's try this. A different ecological niche altogether. And still just as horrifying. And because of the limited size here, there's only a few zones where this animal can move through. It will be encouraged to mutate, evolve. The water too high? Ocean depth isn't. We're gonna do a little bit of meddling. And we just gotta wait for the conditions to get better. Ooh, a red spot? That's cool. New mutation risen. The thing is that none of them are mutating consistently enough for being outcompeted right now. Come anything else, kind of why I wanted the pond skater. I was hoping the pond skater would be sort this. But I think I've made a miscalculation in our map. You know what? Life will find a way. So will we. Through our meddling, we will find the way. The solution. Time to try some experiments. Prospects are we'll drop a few. Go forth. Become something greater. Because the plan here is we're going to get ourselves one good monster-looking thing. Oh, and all died. I mean, that happened to almost all, if not all of them. Oh. Not what I wanted to do. A warped roach. The little water surfer dude. Just so happens we don't have any of necessary to make it possible. But you know what? I've got a thought about that. We're about to introduce competition. Oh, here we go. Can I adjust this? We're gonna make ourselves a little bit of a current barrier. Now we've got a zone with lower currents. Maybe we introduce our guy in here. Can actually find food, survive long enough to produce a small population with some mutations that will then be more advantageous because it's going to be a dog-eat-dog world out there. Yeah, look at them go. They're actually bubbling up for air and eating food and not just instantly die. There we go. We had a reproduction. Perfect. The second generation lives. And the third generation. Is it a small population? Yeah, and it just died out. Oh no. Okay. I've got a thought here now. Oh, this is all acceptable ocean current speed now. Hold on. This is even better than the artificial one we made. Alright. Let's let that go for a minute. See how we're doing. So peaceful. So I think those guys just aren't very well adapted for this. Unfortunate. I guess it's time to do the next logical step then, though. We'll be creating a zone of ocean current 1. Stop zooming in on the plant. Ish, hold on. Hit there. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, there we go. Now I can see the underground structure for it. Okay. See if we can make kind of a cradle here. A little bit more hands-on. And we've rolled over again. I don't know what the hell this thing's trying to do. Cutting giant chasms in the ground like that? What's the point of that one, huh? I'm gonna cut a bunch of this back real quick. If I can. Oh, I deleted half of them. And I can't undo that. You know what? You know what? We're gonna take a gambit here. I promised Monster not playing with map edit. I've spent way too long on that. So, first of all, let's go with a smaller map. Oh, actually, like a yearly thing or something. Turn down the ocean. Some harder terrain and some. It should make it possible for better competition niches to show up. Wildfire relevant. Mine it. Make some wind zones. Vary it up a little bit. Create some high speed currents that fast here. Bubble out here. Populate kind of set. Bubble big. Also, similarly. Fires. Happier zone. Harsher. Really cool. And now we ended up with a nice bunch of different different styles. Fantastic. There's even a strip of wetland right there. Nice. Turn on these percentages again. We'll turn them up a little bit. Just so that we can say we did. And we've got ourselves a red, green, and a blue on there, so we're actually going to stick with this color. Fantastic. Let us rock! This should be easier to seed life on. Set up properly. Bring action here. Already plant life here? That's strange. Okay. Thing. Oh, let's make some new stuff from scratch, huh? So let me. Hold on. 1 second. We'll be right back. I think all my messing around has made it. We are going to reload the game. While we're doing this, I'll also raise the animal limits, or at least the plant limits. I think one of the reasons it got angry was because the plants limits weren't raised. And big support to this guy. Single solo dev. Can't blame him at all for any of the bugs. I am just amazed at how much he's managed to pull off. So big props to him. The Sapling. Game about life, evolution. Alright. We should have our brand new map now. And I totally forgot to change limits. That's fine. Ah, see? There is no more plant life here. That makes more sense. The visual bug fixed. Alright. Let us create first an algae type. Red algae it shall be this time. Did I not remember all the stuff I did with the ocean currents and everything? Oh, it's because the depth isn't deep enough. Because none of this ocean is... That's fine. Start ourselves off with a variant then. Great. We gotta go in and set our mutations on. Everything gets to mutate all the time. We're also going to set up a basic land plant. We got to give it the basic seed producer. A proto leaf. Make it 2 proto leaves. And we could add more. We're going to add a pollination organ. And that's all we need. It'll figure the rest out on its own. Start up 2 populations. 1 there and 1 here. Off they'll trot and off the sea plants will trot. We're going to give them 100+ years to take root and figure their stuff out. There needs to be enough actual food on the map for the first animal we... There we go. That's looking good. Both sides are looking fantastic. Oh, we've got a mutation. One of them mutated into a shorter, smaller grass type of plant. Allows them to propagate much faster like that. Yep, there they go. There go the 2 different grass variants. Off on a race that's going to be hitting... Yeah, they're hitting the warm spots now and they're having trouble. You want fungi out? I was going to wait a little bit longer because fungi need to survive off of the dead animals and plants. The dead animals and plants recontribute to the nutrients. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's get those fungi out now from scratch. We'll start with the basic kind. Low level of poison. It doesn't need to have a lot. Normal size. Boom. Just a simple little fungi. And we're just going to release it on this side and see what I can do with that. Gave it more than enough of a hold that it should be able to survive just fine here. Luck, little fungi. Alright. Give them a little bit longer to run now. We'll wait until like the year 800 before introducing any kind of animal life. Fortunately, the land is densely populated with food now. How about the ocean, huh? The ocean's looking good, too. We haven't had any developments that have broken them outside of their little harbor area. Which I was hoping for. I was hoping they would take up some of this nice terrain out here. No, I get it. There. I'll put 3 down out there. And at least it'll give them a chance. We have had a color adaptation take place, though. Greenish, yellowish. They're also experimenting with fatter leaves now. Interesting. Or is it the thinner leaves of the experiment? Either way, we got both now. Oh. This is why fungi are important. The nutrients are getting slurped up over here, and I don't think they've been replaced. So we needed to introduce some fungi in order to get that cycle going again. Or it's that it's reaching a cold snap of some sort. Either way, the entire island's been pretty much covered. This little outcropping over here doesn't have anything, so we're going to introduce something. Look at all these different mutations we've got. So you know what? We're going to give the newest one a little bit of a leg up. We'll let it start out over here. Now it's got a completely isolated ecosystem it can work inside of. And if it does well, it can develop something super cool. Alright, but with all of this in mind, probably time to start introducing some animals. So let us start with monster making. So this time, we're going to go for something different than the last couple of approaches. The last couple of approaches, we had problems. But this time, I'm sure we're going to do great. I'm sure that this is going to go absolutely perfect without a hitch. That coral? I wish I could build corals. Alright, we're going to give him just eye cavity. Nothing complicated. An eye cavity. This is our creature. This will seed the world. Go forth, slugums. Live in the harbor that was built special for you. Eat, reproduce, and mutate. They're just worms. I have created ambulant worms. And you know what? I don't regret it. I don't even know if this lets them move underwater. Oh no, they're moving. Oh, they immediately evolved jet propulsion. Nice. They immediately evolved past what they had previously, because what they had previously was not working. But hey, it's working. It immediately took hold. They're reproducing hotcakes. Hotcakes. There's a finite amount of food around here, so they are immediately trying to branch out. Question is whether they will succeed or not, especially as they get into higher frequency stuff. Because this area here has got that longer jet stream and whatnot, so it'll kill a bunch of them that try to go out there. And it should force and necessitate some better evolution. Because right now, they're kind of locked into their section. They're going to need better transport, and then they're going to need the ability to get onto land, and then they're going to start trying to eat nutrients that are left over. There's going to be some kind of scavenger that goes after all this meat that's being left on the ground. I already see some of them becoming filter feeders. Their mouths are changing. Different mouths let them eat different things. Some of them are developing jaws. Some of them are developing meat-eating jaws. Let's take a peek here. We've only had 2. 1, and then the main fork, which was all of them immediately becoming jet-propelled because they could actually move under the water that way. Which, by the way, hilarious. Alright, let's give them another 1,000 years. They need some time to think it all over. Not what I wanted to do. I did not want to edit them. Tree, Lolo? Tree? We can try for a tree once we've got some beings actually on the land. You know what? I will entertain that. Why did you go all the way over there to give me... Here. So this guy's got a specialized plant-eating mouth now. Oh! They've also developed a trait. If you see food, goes towards it. That's smart. It's a good evolutionary adaptation. You see food, go towards it. That being said, I don't know if this jet propulsion is really going to give them much of the ability to get out of the water in the long term. That is a curious question I have. If they'll be able to actually develop out of the water in the long term of things. Well, I can accelerate the timer. You want me to accelerate the timer? This guy. Another special plant-only diet. A bunch of them are developing teeth, though. They're gonna start becoming there's gonna be a predator species. Which is good, because predator species kind of are necessary to force things. There we go, we got ourselves an aquatic specialist. There you go, you new specialist. You get dropped in a new zone. If you're good enough, you'll survive. If not, why is this guy up here? Why are these guys over here, huh? Oh. Look a little bit different over here. Oh no, that was the water effect. Okay. This looks like its own forked off species. Nope, it is just the same ones from the other side. They have managed to get all the way around now. They managed to get into the marshland yet. No, but the mushrooms aren't. That does make sense for the mushrooms. It also seems like our protoplants aren't being outcompeted by anything because they mutated down into grasses. Nothing to eat the grasses. Grass is becoming the dominant thing along with basic protoplants. Yeah, this is the original protoplant design. Different. Needs to be more competition. You know what? There does need to be more competition. From scratch. Let us make a horror monster. Let us make something awful. Something terrible. A dinosaur. I mean, kind of. Yeah, we're gonna give him an undulating fin. And a cartilage fin. Because it makes him look cool. Yeah, let's make it a leech. It's a leech now. With the next evolutionary step in eyes to make it really competitive and dangerous. It is a leech that has better eyes. We will change its color so that it is easy to keep track of out there. And so that the enemy has our normal species has a chance. You see an animal with no color that matches this range. There we go. Pack. This thing is about to take over the world. It's a leech! The leech that took over the world! And we're gonna drop it right in the cradle of everything to start with. Good luck, everybody else! This thing's gonna be a nightmare for you. I do not envy you. Go forth, Mr. Leech. Please do find an enemy. I wish to see you attack. Because you're kind of just traipsing around without purpose right now. It does make me worry for your species' future. We could speed it up, but I actually want to see this, and if we speed it up, I'll never get... Yeah, they both died without reproducing. That didn't work out well. Edit. Oh, we've got ourselves a meat eater now. The Bicatops. Oh, Lolo just sent a square. My computer doesn't understand that emoticon, whatever it is. Or that emoji. Whatever it is, the computer doesn't recognize it. We're gonna give him better instincts. If you see an animal, go towards it. Any intensity of color. It's not your own. Let's see if that'll work better. Set that up and we shake and bake. Guys, should start hunting now properly. I don't care about the algae right now. The algae's fine. The fact that it's not dying off means that it's doing its job. Algae just needs to exist. Okay, so the leech is just not succeeding as an evolutionary. Even though there's plenty of things to eat around here, leech is just failing. So you know what? We're going to create something new. And we will theme it after a narwhal for ocean people. Lobed fin on the back. Can't rotate it, but yeah. Put good old pinhole eye on the front, like that. Mouth. Aquatic pointy teeth. You can put a horn like this, but we should be able to put, that's a shell. Single horn. Like that. There's a narwhal. That is a narwhal right there. Yup. Alright, we'll also make this one purple since it's a predator. Medium-sized, sleep at night. Instincts, if you see an animal of any color towards it, see food go towards it, feel pain, attack. Feel low health, go away. We're making this one very complicated. French flag. Okay, that was a good... Okay, Lolo. I don't know why, but... Sure. Alright, big fish. Go eat everything. Just passed out on the ocean floor. Good nap. But yeah, I think this species will do just fine because there's plenty of meat on the ground that the leeches weren't dealing with, and now this creates an aquatic scavenger niche, which will probably outcompete the current aquatic. Yeah, this is going to create an arms race. I really hope it does. I really hope this creates a evolutionary arms race to try to outcompete one another. We've got ourselves kind of a more passive aquatic species, and we've got ourselves a much more aggressive and logical, but slower to evolve species. Bigger and takes longer egg time to survive. Also, it has a horn on its face. We're trying to see if we can get them to fight hard enough to get up onto land. I doubt it'll happen. And because of that, in a little while, we will put the starters on land. But I always try to force it first. See if I can just heavily, gently encourage it. Heavily, heavily, gently. Jeez. Well, the purple is definitely overtaking. That wasn't necessarily the intention. Kind of makes sense. Fortunately, they're kind of slow at this process, so the other species, if they get pushed out, it's kind of their fault. They should have done something. Any of because these are scavengers. They're gonna be able to survive better, and they have a lot more locked in logic. But that also means it would be a lot harder for them to change and adapt. They may just overpopulate out. Do they have the ability to eat plants? Yes, they do. They can also eat. They are set to go on everything evolution. Best option is to run far. Because their meat-eating species is not nearly as fierce or competitive. I think our ocean's about to be full of herbivorous. The narwhals will rule supreme. Even though these guys got a head start, they're kind of the Cambrian explosion or dinosaurs situation. It's like, yeah, you're great. Get out of the way. Hold my beer. Get out of the way for your new ocean rulers. The purple narwhal. Alright, you know what? While we're doing that, I am going to create more competition for land resources as well. Because we've only got one plantation, Willaria, and it's not even that great. Not even that different. Yeah, almost all of this is just chilled out for the last 1,000. So tell you what, we're fixing that. You prepare to become more competitive. You're becoming a tree. As Lolo requested, we will be making a tree. Big tree. The ability to spread its leaves and seeds on the wind. We're going to put some membrane leaves on here. That will allow us to branch or two as well. Just like all trees need. On wind pollination. A wind-based plant, after all. Protect it. Make it spiky. A lot of resources sunk into one. Gotta make sure that it's actually well protected. I don't know the point of some of these. But hey, not my job. Interesting. Other root types just are not accepted. Yep, and then armoring the whole thing. More leaves. Godoy. That lets us build a little canopy almost. Fireproof, too. So this tree won't go down for anything. Big tree. Chat, I have produced big tree. I think it just killed a bunch of... Interesting. Nope, okay. Died off. Alright. Big tree has been born. Most likely take over the whole region with forests. It's just so much more competitive. Look at it. Look at it standing so tall out there. I'm so proud of it. Gone. Get out competed by the betters. Big tree instantly failed. Look at how many variants of grass we've had. But no big tree, huh? I need to give it a better foothold, I guess. There we go. Now it actually sprang up that time. And they... Okay. One tree hung on. There we go. Now it became two. Mushrooms are having a grand old time with all these nutrients. You can also see that we've got a bunch of mushroom variants. Apparently not, but you can see a whole bunch of different types being interesting. How did these trees end up down here? What? Guys, I think the game be bugging a bit. Don't know how I triggered that. But now the plants are growing in the ocean, huh? Interesting. Only in a certain section of the ocean, though, mind you. This does technically solve food problems for underwater. Because these aquatic mouths can eat that. So, interesting. Interesting. We are going to do a quick save and reload, though, because I have a feeling that that's not supposed to do. Just a suspicion. Well, if it's still like that, then that's what it's supposed to be. Alright. Let's let that timer rock. Hey! See, that is some competition right there. That looks like a mutation off of the tree I made, actually. Something, because it's got a pollination bud on it. Interesting. Interesting. Look at these. The Dollry? The Dollillery? The Dollillery? Interesting. Wonder how far the land trees are gonna. They've covered half of the ocean now. Also, are all the animals over here dead? Nope, they're narwhals now. Narwhals everywhere. Alright. Maybe we should fix that. New animal from scratch. Something to compete against the narwhal. Using superior technology known as legs. And ears. Looks like eyebrows. We're making a hippo. I didn't think that that's where we were going with this when we started this, but I've decided that's where we're going. Seafood. Go towards it. Feel pain. Attack. Hear a sound in the normal range. Go towards it. And if you feel pain or low health, make a sound. Make a specific noise now. And that will result in decent pack mentality and the ability to not die by going towards food on a regular basis. And then we're gonna make it kind of more alligator colored because I think that's funny. It's really funny looking. And let's give them like a pattern, something to set them apart. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, that works. Oh, that's even better. All right, that's what we're going with. Great. We just take them and set them up over here. Our new monster for our menagerie. Semi-aquatic, non-mammal. Oh no. It's our discount Perry the Platypus, okay? Go forth, monsters. Go forth. Create awfulness. Go forth and mutate into terribleness. But we need aquatic, or we need something that eats plants more. Plants are taking hold of it. The trees should not be in the ocean. Not only is this a result of the super shallow waters, but this is a result of not enough eaters. What is this? Looks like a combination of traits, huh? So, Pervorus has evolved a aquatic plant-eating variant. I think it's actually evolved a couple. Let's see here. Oh. Pervorus actually developed a leech variant. Bosaurus. Cyrus. I don't want to edit Bosaurus. I just wanted to see it. Interesting. So there actually was a leech variant that survived for a time. That's good to know. The game and I had similar thoughts on what might fill the ecological niche, even though the game was random. Let's get rid of the extinct ones. They're up and about. This guy's still alive? Where? How is that guy not extinct? How is our originator not extinct? Please explain this to me, game. No. What I want to do is I want to see... There we go. It's been eating the trees. And it's most frequently been eaten by the narwhals. They starve most of the time, though. Interesting. Where are you? Oh, they all live on the right side. Okay, curious. They all live over in a section of the ocean. And then there's a few of these guys left. Living over here. They're eating parts of the Cerberus. But they're getting mostly eaten. 27% of them were eaten into extinction. And 47% are starving. Why are they starving? Because their mouths suck. How about you guys, though, in comparison, huh? Your family tree was self-made, so you don't have any siblings yet. You're just naturally outcompeting. 2% of their diet has just been eating the slug guys. And then a decent portion of the eggs right now are being eaten, which is the only thing that's probably holding them back. Yeah. You guys are dying of starvation. Almost entirely. Interesting, since you have a trait that should bring you closer to food. And you can even eat grass. Like, the fact that these guys can eat grass and are starving is insane to me. They should be able to just sit there and survive. Multiply. Solve your stuff. Yeah, there's still some of the classics over here. No way. Oh, we hit another 2,000 year segment. Saving and thing for optimization. Optimization purposes. Oh my god, what kind of tree is that? Look at this. What is this? What are you? A walla? What's your plan, huh? Max out seeds by using the cheapest seeds possible and having as many leaves as necessary to support that? Because that's insane. Funny, but it's insane. I think we need even more plant eaters. We need something to counter these ocean trees. These ocean trees are getting ridiculous. I mean, look at this. They're everywhere. So I think it's time to introduce a new thing. Let's build it off of an existing gene line. Let's grab something a little bit more built for aquatic generalist with external part. I don't want mandible. Meat-eating mouth on a stalk. Yeah, that's what I want. Aquatic filter feeder. No. We don't have algae to feed on. We need something that's going to give us a good yield on basic plant parts. Something like that. Real fancy on the... It's the ball creature. It's gonna be a monster, okay? I promised chat monsters today, and I will deliver that by Jiminy. You will see monsters like you've never seen. Oh, that's even worse. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll swim, but otherwise I would do it. Where did its mouth go? Its mouth is gone. Okay, interesting. That's gonna be our most... I think we're going for something crazy. Like that. It has one instinct. If you see food, go towards it. That's it. And it just eats plants. Oh, we're also going to lock it into the real quick by using egg logic. Great egg. Let's be speckle. That wouldn't. Okay. You know what? We're actually going to do this because then the eggs can't be stolen. There we go. And it will take longer for them to shouldn't end up population boom as a result of our brand new giant blob monster creature. Instead, this big creature that apparently isn't big. I said make him big. This isn't big. I also just realized I don't know if since he's not huge, if he'll be able to actually keep his head out of the water and breathe. Mild concern. Oh, he's fine. Okay, cool. Go forth, biggins. Eat everything. Ooh, got some different color variants. Wonder what else mutate. Oh, they're getting hats. Look, they got a little hat. And an extra set of legs. And their legs are weird. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they all died out here, though. Oh, we're getting some spontaneous mutations now, it seems. Lots. Lots and lots. Look at this craziness. Alright, we're gonna edit this guy. I want him bigger. He was meant to be like a elephant size. Like, we're talking huge. Bigger. Giant monster. This animal will fall over. That's fine. Look at this thing. It's insane. I think this is the biggest thing I've ever made in this. I made giant bees once. They looked awful. They were more like giant locusts, but point stands. These are huge resource sinks is the goal. I'm trying to consolidate back in all of this plant matter into something that's usable beyond just trees in the ocean. Trees in the ocean, not very useful. So let's see what 1,000 years. Bunch of giant creatures eating up all of the ocean trees looks like. Oh no, they're all dying. No! I think I limited their reproduction too much. Alright, species attempt number whatever. Try and mutate them again. Without the egg restriction in place. Lock them out of the land. Make it possible for the eggs to work anywhere in the world. Maybe because the incubation time is not entirely housed inside of the parent, they'll be able to make more than one before they saw you. So I bet you that's the problem. It's just the sheer amount of resources that goes into a creature this. Let's check on them. Seafood goes towards it. Yeah, your health is perfect. You're not camouflaged at all, which makes sense. You're just living. Just living fine. The fish are underneath them. They're not biting them, which is dumb on their part. They're suffocating. That's what's happening. Because of the dang mouth. Doesn't fit our purposes good enough. Better mouth. You know what? Fine. This lends itself a lot of the time to just mutating into a bunch of other things. I don't generally use it. Can I give him more than one mouth? Yes. Can, okay. We smash the second mouth on their face. Come on. Fine. Mouth ears. It shall be done. And eyes in the middle of their bodies. Yes. Perfect. This is the pinnacle of all creation. Look at it. When man sat down and put that first cave painting in, it's all for this. They all eat it. Alright, 2 different species of megafauna designed specifically to deal with all of the frickin' plant life. This has gotta fix our problem. Especially since this one can breathe underwater now. Go forth and eat all of the trees, please. All of the trees, they gotta go. It's interesting because every time these guys are yelling, I know that their health is low because one of their ancestors had that coded in. And now I just know that to be the case. Also interesting, it looks like these two have developed separate... Whoa, okay. That's interesting, just because of the difficulty it then enforces. Curious. Also, all our megafauna is gone again. They just do not want to survive. So you know what? Let's let these niches figure themselves out. Or... so shiny. We could also do this. Because they let me have a bunch of trees in the ocean, I can now burn them. Yes, giant underwater fires. These actual trees again that are trying to reproduce, or am I burning away algae? Never know. Also probably messing up a lot of fish's days. Trees that fed me and my parents and their parents and their parents' parents. They're all gone. Yeah, they're all gone. There were too many. Like over here. Is this all trees still? It's all trees. Damn. All of that work for nothing. Well, I guess this is kind of a monstrosity in and of itself, huh? But I think we haven't made them work hard enough. So, let's get some competition going. A massive extinction level event. Only the most efficient don't make it past this. Yep, the grass is all gone. The grass all instantly goes. All of the plants underwater next to this site apparently lit on fire. This is not going to go well for the animal life around it as a result. Because not only are those plants not coming back, but they're not even going to supply one final round of food before they die off. Gone now. Good luck, narwhals. Only one pocket of land animals is actually still surviving right now. Essentially the mammals of this occasion. Go reloading. Alright. Oh, we've got some more over here too, okay. 2 pockets. The hell kind of tree is this? It's huge! It is cool to see an actual forest of the evolved trees finally popping up after this long. That land being destroyed, or at least the space being freed up, really did make it possible for them to take over. Nope, we did not manage to purge them out. That. There's grass at the bottom of the ocean. But there have been a couple of evolutionary forks that have resulted. Maybe one of them will take over, huh? Check our trees real quick. Only the unextinct ant. Got 2 pages. Plant. plant and fighting. Oh, this is an obligate meat eater, actually. One of the deep sea ones. Interesting. Got a combat type. Let's reintroduce. Let's stir the pot. Introduce. Only non please. Only the ones who are technically winning. Put a hold. You survived. So increase your numbers around here. Should be able to in this. Take it if it's yours now. We're going to do the same thing in this upper corner with another species, though. That's just another general. That's a plant eater. Sure. Specialized. Got its own ecological need. And to we've got the original species of Doryverse. Really, the original species is the one that survived. Amazing. Guess they're well adapted. Animal will survive here, huh? Fine. You guys are just bright red, huh? Oh. I think that might be a species. Yeah, actually, it's not a bug. That might be feature. We'll say I'm shocked that this hasn't differentiated into its own species line yet. Because these guys look very different. They've got the nectar eaters, they've got 3 sets of legs, they've got all these different patterns going on, like, they've got different eyes even. They've really forked. And I guess the game doesn't recognize it because of high mutation. Not all identical. Like this one's got 4 legs now. Look at that. It's just getting bigger. Oh, look, we got some water runners now. Yeah. That is horrifying. Those teeth. That is terrible. Oh my god, that is awful. Okay. Yeah, that's great. The babies any better. Oh god. Guys over here had those like eyes. Hide out. Guys over here. Up down a bunch of guys over here. Two. Damn. Oh, look, we finally got one that differentiates. Nice. Interesting that that's the one that differentiates. Oh, like, not a lot of mutation. in comparison to these monstrosities over here, not that different. But hey, as long as they're alive, it's. I think I am going to. Where's the volcano button? Not add a volcano, damn. So this is how are we categorized? Oh. Interesting. Okay. So Epoch A, one animal, and 88% of all plant species went extinct. Where we got the new land animal. No, apparently not. Apparently the system isn't keeping track of my land animals at all. Besides acknowledging that I have some land animal species. Epoch K. Nothing happened. Interesting. What is this? Adjuster? Oh no. We're not dealing with that. I'm not doing that right now. Nope. Nope. I've already got enough variables I'm screwing with. Someday, though, that would be really cool to play with on its own, I think. Can't believe the land animals are just a footnote in the system right now. Because of how much goes on in the oceans. The computer couldn't care about the land animals, but the land animals have been... They've been actually evolving way more dramatically than anything else. And the land plants. We have whole new forests of trees that have generated themselves. That have evolved from the proto-trees of yesteryear. I think a fish just came and ate one of them. Not sure. Also, some of them are just wiggling into land, which I'm not understanding about. Where are they going? What's going on? Are they Pac-Manning? Are they, like, tunneling under the ground? What is that? Bunch of them hiding. Ooh, this is a cool one. Where'd it go? There it is. What kind of animal is that, huh? Game. Be rude, tell me. Little centipede thing. Has it not been defined yet? It's gotta be like the ancestor of this thing, the Vantiron? The Vance Iron? Because that's probably the child of the Morpium. I want to see this tree now. I'm curious what this tree looks like. Because we're coming right up on... Let's see here. Oh, this is just the species of... Yeah, this is just the algae species. The one we have. Thing. Oh. Investigate. This navigation system is very confusing. So it's just showing me one set of forks. Is really it? Okay. It's all root species. Great. So there should be a bunch of them. I should have 2 or 3 root species for all of the animals, not even including the plants on the map. Also, what is this jittering it does? Weird. Range. Alright, let us rock. Let's let time move nice and quick. See if we can't get things in a better place. Otherwise, we're going to cause another... This one will be bigger. We'll drop the water level. The ocean level is now 0 centimeters. Not all of these species have the ability to breathe the air. Or the... Do you think we're stuck in a bit of a bug, though? The timer isn't moving. Yeah. Going to have to save, quit to menu, and pull it back in. Reload. There we go. Because of the ocean drainage, a bunch of species have just lost out. Now we will return the water. Where was that? That was in the disaster menu. Oh, water's back. Algae immediately pops back, yep. But the fish, not so much for the fish. We're actually going to raise the water level quite a bit and see if we can't choke out all the trees. Goodbye, trees. You sucked. Hello, algae blooms. Now we've got two separate sections of land here, two separate species, separated groups of the same species. They have heavily forked. Somehow the game doesn't recognize that and still considers them one, which is insane. Going to double... Oh, no, we finally got differentiation. But between two species on the same island. There's two species on this island that are different from each other now. Borsaurus. Ooh, look at that. That's a creepy crawly. It's got so many legs. Datosensis. Datosensis. Interesting. Yeah, because of the massive amount of fish and the huge lack of food, though, we are about to drive ourselves into a wall. Kind of the goal of this. You did notice we just locked up again. The game just completely locked up again. So, we're going to hit save. We're going to do this, and I'm going to reload it. Put to desktop and reload it all the way back in again. Sim's just having a hard time. It's okay. We're doing a lot to it. We're not being nice, so I can't blame it that much. Here we are. Banana. The music is so nice. Run forth used. All of use. I think they're finally destroying each other. Oh, no, they're not. There's a lot. Level reload. Yeah, it's struggling. We're about 8,000 years in, so I'm not surprised. I think shortly, once we hit about 10 millennium, we'll go check out and see if the daily challenge has changed. Oh, my mouth tried to merge changed and challenged together. But yeah, we're going to go see if the daily challenge changed. And if it is, then we'll go run that. That's always some good fun. Dado census, huh? Census. Anything that has these legs seems to be Dado census. Let's check that. Let's check that theory, huh? Dado census is the OG. Those things with a million legs just haven't differentiated, which is incredible. What's your big deal, Rivius? Why are you so great? Hey! What the hell is that? It has 4 eyes, 4 legs. This is incredible. I just need to see this. This is obviously this is evolution. Just think about it. Look at how much potential habitat it has. It can see everything. I promised monsters, chat. This is what I've given you. This is a horrific beast, okay? I can't say that I haven't accomplished my goal when the game is giving me this. It's just giving it to me. Did I have to put it under some really weird conditions in order to cause it? Maybe. Because it doesn't know what to do anymore. This one's got a swordfish mouth. That's cool. And then these two are just chilling out with better eyes. Probably forked off one another if I had to take a guess. Let me do some. Edit. This route. That's right. Let's see what these stats look like now. Yep, still a big algae eater. Of course you are. Mostly dying from old age. You're not even being eaten? How the hell is Dado Sense? I still don't get how Dado Census is even alive still. Especially since all of their descendants are dead. Which is just whack to think about. So Dado Senses is just solo doloing it and has been this whole time. Look at that coverage. I mean, as a starter species, you can't ask for better, except for the fact that he just never differentiates. It has no instincts, a simple diet, and it covers half the map right now because it's not showing us all of its differentiations. There are so many different variants of it. None of them have the suction cup feed anymore. They're like 30 generations from suction cup feed, all of them. But insane. All right, how about you though? How about the narwhal? You have no descendants whatsoever. How is that possible? And you just cover the other. Dado Census is on the right. This one's on the left. How about you? Okay, you've got 4 different... Yeah, that makes sense. 2 of them have died out, and 2 of them live right now. And one of them is on one side, and the other one, I think... No, these are both actually on the West Island. That's the West Island one right there, see? Boom. And the other one's right there. How about you? You have any family? No. But I didn't... Where did you come from? Oh, you're the one I made as a... Yeah. You're the predator solution. Okay. And you? What about you, huh? No, I don't want to exterminate. Nation. Okay. I don't remember giving anybody a shark mouth. Interesting. Most organisms alive at the same time. 3. And what? Did you just spontaneously evolve? What's your parent species? Because I didn't make you. Where did you come from? There's 2 of them. Same for you. You just popped out of thin air, huh? Don't have a parent. And then we have you. And I can't understand where you fit into anything anywhere. And how you've managed to successfully divert into 2 separate... How? How is this evolutionarily the thing that diverts into 2 different sexes? What? Okay. Let it rock. See, that is not Datocensis there. Running around with a leech mouth and legs. The game says it's Datocensis, but it is not Datocensis. We're going to turn down the mutation rate for the animals. See if we can get them to divert into more forks on the tree for us to actually get some names out of them. Because right now we're not getting any silly, goofy names because they're all named the same thing. And that is not acceptable. We need silly, goofy names. We gotta have silly, goofy names. I'm also wondering if turning that down will get them to knock off this absolute mess of all the different mouths and all the different things just kind of naturally averaging each other out without actually differentiating into new gene lines that are separate from one another and aren't just one giant hodgepodge of the same species. Like Datocensis. A species that should have died off a long time ago, and its ancestors should be out here with legs. How did we end up with Datocensis with this going on? That's not Datocensis. That isn't either. And they're not similar to each other besides like a body shape. Great. But these aren't Datocensis. Their eyes have evolved so far away and diverted. And the timer's frozen again. We're going to do one more save and reload from the menu, and then if it still freezes up, we're going to go do the daily challenge. Which, obviously, from me saying I have to check if it's changed, not been daily lately, but... I can imagine keep fresh all the timer. Without their huge mutation, I wonder how they do it. Can I make it bigger? No? Okay. Can I make a bigger rock hit things? really big, big rock. At least with the deeper ocean now, trees aren't all the trees all caught on fire anyways. They would have done that regardless. Hello, hippo things with way too many legs. I hope you've enjoyed your existence. Because your neighbors appear to be all dead. Nope, they're good. They're even developing arms. Instead of more legs, apparently. Apparently 4 sets of legs is enough. Now it's time to start developing arms behind that. The arms race. Truly beautiful. Awe-inspiring, really. Like, what is this? Tervorus. This is not Tervorus. That is Tervorus. The giant, 4-eyed, insane thing. Like, saying that this is Dorivirus? Let's just look. I'm gonna remind everybody what Dorivirus is. That is Dorivirus. The hippo thing. Right? That is not Dorivirus. The face, the eyes, the shape of the body, the number of the legs, the fact that it has arms, the fact that it's purple. That is not Dorivirus. You are your own species, sir. Differentiate. Like, damn. Also, it looks like this island got really messed up. Yep, we've locked up again. Every time it does an autosave now, it's locking up. And it doesn't unlock. So, we're going to go to the main menu. We're going to go try to do the daily quest. See what we get. New game. Daily challenge. Sea level falls every century. Make sure that one species that gets most energy from meat is still alive in the year 1000. Okay. Sure. You want a meat eater in the year 1000. So first things first. We gotta make ourselves some kind of basic food staple. And that basic food staple is going to be this guy. The most basic of food staples. Cloud of algae. We're gonna seed it pretty aggressively because we don't have a lot of time. Only 1,000 years. That's not long at all. Welcome in, Haps. Alright, so that will seed. And everything will grow pretty good from that. Next thing's next. We need to make some kind of land plant. And you all know me, we'll keep it simple. Keep it real simple, you know. Super duper simple. No complexity. Yep, no complexity at all. Fantastic. Alright, it's got a very narrow band of survivability, but hey, it's a starting plant. It doesn't need to do a lot to live. Bloop. Biddy bop. There we go. Now we need to introduce a mushroom type. Perfect. They're so simple that at the start of the game, when you don't have anything really unlocked, there's not really besides. Hey, there you go. Introduce mushroom. Mushroom. More mushrooms. And there we go. So then the last thing we gotta do, create an animal. Of course, it's gonna be awful. I've been thinking long and hard, and I think I can make something that will make all of you very disappointed. Because more ears is better. Yeah, no, that's perfect, actually. Let's put the fin right on top of the mouth. Yep. Okay. Oh, wait. Sorry. I gotta make it, like... Now we're looking for more of, like, a vomit. There we go. Yeah. Perfect. This is the creature. This is what we need. Sort of just like a meat sack. Great. Go forth, meat sack. And then we're going to mutate this into this. Set that up as well. Now that that algae's been established, we can mutate off of it. I do like this game mode a little bit more than Sandbox, just because you can mutate everything down the line. And it's just a lot easier to keep track of everything, because you just start with 1 or 2 species of everything and mutate off of it. Wolby. Wolby's going to be mutated now. New body parts unlocked. Love it. Only that, though, but I want to get rid of these. Instead, put on something that's got more temperature. Yeah, maximum surface area. Alright. What's our temperature? Huh. Because of our roots? Yeah, it's because Alright, so we can fix that. Come on, you son of a gun. Alright, and then... Alright, here we go. The second evolution of the tree. This one's got the ability to survive elsewhere. Should do pretty well for itself. Including a whole island. Oh, a couple islands that are only its domain. Beautiful. That's called progress. Those are the first generation's trees, first generation of algae, and first generation of dudes. They're all dead. Gotta reintroduce the stupid fish. To edit them. Thanks, I'm aware they got new bugs. Bigger thing is, think of if you see food, go to it. Great. We can improve this animal's excellence, though, obviously. So we're gonna give it better eyes. Wait, it doesn't have eyes unlocked. What the hell? Great. The new variant also has a foot, in case it wants to go across the ground instead. Alright, don't die out on me this time, okay, species? Need you to survive. At least long enough for me to make something to eat you. That's all I ask. We'll see. I have a feeling they're gonna be difficult. Oh. No, they're fine. They're doing their little wiggly thing. Little weirdos. Strange little abominations. Alright, let's make something equally as disturbing to hunt them now. Okay, we gotta make their mortal enemy something absolutely terrifying. Obviously, like crazy fast jet propulsion, right? Just incredibly insane speed. We're talking the fastest beast to ever hit the ocean. And can I fork you? Is there a way that I can... No. Really wish I could. Can't draw the spine any longer. The game won't let me. Fine. The giant elongated worm will come for them. Twin-mouthed. Single eye. Oh, I can't do single. I can only pairs, damn. Alright, fine. Put appendage on their forehead. Eventually we'll put a lure here. And then we've obviously just got to change the color, you know. Any animal outside this color range, you can attack them. There we go. The ultimate combatant. Can I make that little appendage? Yes. Yes. He's got an underwater nose. Make this any worse anyhow. Better. Oh, that's freaking awful. No. Go back to that. Thank you. Oh, that makes it so much better. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Away we go. Change the egg. Away we go. There's our new evolution towards ultimate predator monster. It will eat anything. But between the stupid fish, species that I think has already died out, I can mutate these guys. Hooray! Okay. Now we gotta mutate them. Get those aquatic pointy teeth. Gonna go into the traits. Just the scale color. So that we can tell the difference. We are going to add in a C. No, it's not that. Go into the diet. No plants. No eggs. Perfect. Cool beans. That should outcompete everything. The most advanced creature in the ocean. We got some simple algae and a bunch of creatures that have mouths on their backs. And that thing has 2 mouths, has a bunch of specialized commands and stuff to make sure that it can find prey, and it's way too far from the now though. Juice. I gotta make sure there's enough actual fuel in this fire, though. Great. There we go. What just happened? Not what I wanted to do. I want to reintroduce some more. 3 or 4 of them in the wild. Doing okay. I'd like to shore up those numbers. Always just let that timer roll for a... We got this land we could mess with too, so why not, right? Oh. So this guy is the one. Okay. Our second variant didn't actually do so well. It's probably because of the fact that this one can still eat everything else. It can eat the grass and whatnot. Able to eat the plants is full. Oh wait, hold on. I think I missed something. Yeah, of course that gene line died out. I didn't actually do it. Didn't actually place one down yet. Yeah, I did. These proportions seem perfect. Come on. Front of the face. Dead to the front of the face. There we go. Perfect. This animal will fall over. Really? Oh. Oh no. If I give it more feet, will you stop saying that? Perfect. Stupendous. Oh, I have to mutate some. The eggs. Why can't I land water hybrid? It's sad. But whatever. What we're gonna try to do is we'll just grow them on the coastline here where there's a little bit of water. And that should unlock the ability to get the eggs changed. As long as we can get the egg type changed to actually be land compatible, won't be a problem anymore. Just one of them needs to survive. 0 natural and 0 recently introduced. Darn. Well, we tried. On the bright side, the oceans are still going very strong for us. Look at that. The oceans are doing great, running off of the other type of algae. And we've got meat eaters somewhere. Couldn't tell you where. Actually, I could. Hold on. Species overview. Our meat eater. Information. They're all right there. And they're just spread out. I wonder what all those red dots are. Are those all the places I placed them and they failed immediately? Hmm. Yep. And they've just been eaten the most part. So wait, between these two islands. Guys are, yep. Oh, okay. They just don't actually live here with any prey. Interesting. Interesting. They're just eating remnants of each other and adding new nutrients via plant life, I'm guessing. So they're more scavengers than they are predators. They're just scavenging the base resources back and recouping them over and over to the environment. Which, technically, that is a strategy. Not a good strategy, but it is a strategy. Because no matter what, you will run out of resources inevitably, so you can't just eat your own tail forever. The only reason why these guys haven't run into that problem is that they can still eat plants. So I'm assuming a couple of them take in supplemental resources over the generations. But, interesting nonetheless. We're about to come up on our challenge here. Congratulations. See you tomorrow for the next one. Alrighty. Well, considering the fact that we're about 20 minutes away from normal wrap time, I think we're going to wrap right here instead. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, right down below is that like and that subscribe button. Tells YouTube that since we're a small channel, we're doing the right things over here. Lets you know when we're doing the next Sapling stream or whatever else. Every single Sunday, we do a stream based on what you, the viewers, vote for in my community tab on YouTube. So be sure to go check that out. And then new video out tomorrow, Monday, another one out Friday, and I will be back again, like I said, with a community voted stream next Sunday. So I will see you all then. Later!